Okay guys, back in the Ghetto Forge, second part of our tomahawk video. The first part I showed you how we started drifting the hole. And it's just about hot enough now that we're about to pierce it. Yeah, there, now it's a nice white orange, what color we want. And I'm dropping stuff, which is normal for me. What you want to do is you want to get over hardy hole with your anvil, so if it pierces through, you won't damage your chisel as bad.
That's what
that is. See, it's starting to swell out now. So what I like to do is that's how I loosen my chisel up. Is I warp it around that. Now I'll take it and I'll straighten it out. Get a good grip on it. Put it back in, let it get the temperature. Then I'll take my chisel and I'll start from the other side and knock the hole out. Once the hole's through it, it'll go pretty quickly. Especially, I could set my chisel. I could drop him down through the hardy hole, which is what I'll probably do once I get the hole cut. But until then, I'm just going to keep doing what I've been doing. Lay him back over there. Now, I didn't get exactly dead center when I started, so it ain't going to be exactly dead center, but I can forge the metal around to make it work. Now see, it's starting to peek through. We're getting there. Contrary to popular belief, you do not have to have a 10-pound hammer to blacksmith. What I use is normally a 3-pound, or when I really want to move metal, I use a 4-pound. And there is a difference. People like it's only 1 pound difference. Well, that 1 pound makes a lot of difference. It's like this 2-pound ball peen. You're swinging them, that's a lot of force you're generating there. You don't want to use no more force than is necessary. Under that blue flame. Have to heat up quickly. Since I've got it the temperature, and I've got my hole started, I've switched it back over to 1 burner instead of 2, so I'm not using as much gas. It'll still reach proper forging temperatures. Everything will work just fine like that. It's no big deal. As it is getting dark, we'll probably finish this out tomorrow in the daylight hours, but I wanted to be able to give y'all an idea of what we're doing. I know there's probably a lot of videos like this on Facebook, YouTube, whatever else. But the way I see it, there's only one Ghetto Forge, and that's me. So this is how I do it. Center it over the hardy hole. 4-pound there, starting to get a bit cumbersome, swinging. It's almost fixing, it's just about to poke through. Now your chisel will get hung on it, just a few light taps will knock him loose. Then I drop my tongs, which I'm all time dropping stuff. Well, I'm glad I got a dirt floor out here. Gas. So I should have just enough to finish this part I want to get done tonight. If I'm lucky. If I can get the hole pierced and start working it out before I run out of gas, I'll be doing fantastic. And hopefully tomorrow I can go to town and get another bottle. And maybe we can finish this out. If not, in a couple of days I will. And we'll still do it. All right. There, now he's starting to peek through. Right there, it's starting to peek through. Now I'm going to turn him over. Once I get him out of the forge next time. If I can get my chisel loose. There we go.
Super resistant glue.
There we go. Stand my bricks back up. Lock everything up. Give him about a minute or so. Let him come back up the tent. Then I'll take my chisel, knock the hole all the way out. When I start working my hole out, I'll alternate sides trying to keep him straight until I get it to a point to where I'm comfortable I have to start working out the head and the spine. I haven't decided whether this one, the next one I'm making is going to be like this one with the twist on it or not. It looks cool, but that twist is a pain in the butt because trying to get that shaft right in there straight all the way across with that twist in it is a pain. We'll use these tongs to pull these down. Alright. I'll lay him across my anvil. Grab my chisel and my 4-pounder. I'm glad that wasn't my toe.
That would have hurt.
And I might have to straighten him out, folks. That ain't no big deal. He wanting to fight me tonight. Well, that's all right. Get it good and straighten back out. I got my swell in it. And I can see where my chisel mark goes. There. Block that forge back up. That's about as long as it takes me on all of them. No master smith, but I'm learning. Try to learn something new every day. Later on in the video, I'll show you. I'll do a video where I select and handle material and how I work it down and putting it on the lathe. And all the way up to the design process, y'all be there the whole way. Set him in the middle. Oh, hear my forge hiccuping. Means I'm running low on gas. He's gonna fight me, this one is. It's alright, I weakened him on that back side there, so hopefully the gas holds out. If not, that's okay. Won't be the first time. If I had a good coal forge, we'd fire it and we'd do it that way. But once again, that's on the list, so no big deal. You don't have to have a fancy forge setup to do this. You don't have to have anything real spectacular. Got my hammers from Harbor Freight. My tongs is probably, beside my forge, most expensive thing. If you're going to get tongs, spring for the steel ones. You won't regret it. At Harbor Freight, you can get you a good cast iron anvil, 60, 70 bucks, or you can go the extra, like I plan on doing when I get caught up, and get a steel anvil. Made by a company called Doyle. It's a red anvil. It's a little bit bigger, a little more durable. As cast iron is a brittle metal. I mean, it'll do for this, but if you want something that's going to hold up to some abuse, you don't have to worry about breaking. Steel will work. Or you can get you a piece of railroad iron, piece of flat steel. You don't have to have an anvil to be a smith. You don't have to have fancy power hammers like they do on Forge and Fire, which, if you're wondering, those things cost about $10,000 or better. And, and there we go, folks. First drop of the evening. I dropped it, which happens. Don't let a smith tell you he's never dropped anything, because that man's a liar. You don't have to have a bunch of fancy tools to do all this. I made a forge out of a lawnmower once, old riding mower, or push mower. You take the motor off it, drop you a brake hub in it, take the wheels off, put you a grate in there, hair dryer, and some anthracite for Tractor Supply. Which thing with anthracite we'll cover in a later video. It's about the only coal I can get around here. It's kind of difficult to get burning, but once you do, it'll do the job. That's what I started that gladius sword I got with. As you can see, my flames are starting to turn yellow. That means I'm running rather low on propane. Yeah, there, it's burping now. It's almost out. Oh, darn it. Really hoping I can get at least this much done tonight for you folks. If I don't, it won't be from the lack of trying. Lay it here on my wood stump. Wood's soft. Maybe the chisel will go through. Almost. Now I mean almost. Doggone it now. That's getting hot, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm going to do is take my chisel and put in that hardy hole there. See if I can knock that spike. There we go.
Yay.
But we got it loose now. I've got this turned up full blast, but I'm on fumes now. Take it around, maybe get some stirred loose in there. This can't really see too well, but I've got that chisel up through that hardy hole, and I'll lay that spike over the top of it here in a minute. And I'll drive him back down and might be able to pierce him. Get that done. He's not quite at temp like I'd like him to be, but at this point, beggars can't be choosers. There we go. He clipped.
There we are.
He's starting to split now. Yeah. Bring that over corner up in there. I don't know if you can see from this angle or not, folks, but right up in there, it's finally cracked. I'm hoping that he didn't weaken too much and split out the side. If he did, I'll just have to start the new spike. And he'll go in a short iron pile.
Hey, whatever works.
Yep. That's okay. Short iron pays bills too. It takes a while to get it up, but yeah, get my. Now your chisel's gonna be difficult to get loose. So what you want to do is take your hammer and tap him from the bottom. Coming in at an angle, he'll pop loose. You pull him out of that hardy hole. Knock these bricks down. Now you can see here, he clipped through. And I may or may not be able to salvage him. If not, I'll start another one and we'll just continue the videos from there. That way y'all ain't gotta sit through me trying to do it all over again. All right, well, folks, we got the hole through it. I don't know if propane's gonna hold out long enough for us to get him pierced, but I'm gonna take my metal spike and I'll set him up here on the anvil after I get that hole done. I might just go ahead and try it now, just to finish piercing it. Shake this can, see. Get the rest of them fumes. There we go.
That worked.
Yep. Shake it around, get the last few drops out of there. That's the only thing about using a gas forge when you take your metal out to work it. Gas is just keeping your forge hot. But, I mean, that's great and all, but it don't really do nothing for your metal. Other than when you put it back in there, be ready to go. Alright, let me get a good grip on him here. Now what I'll do is I'll put him up over that spike, and I'll tap him down. Try to get it to go through. And he ain't quite gonna do it yet, so we'll lay him back over that hardy hole. Take our trusty chisel, line it up with that split. And swing away. Alrighty, folks. You see there? We got our split. That's what we're going to call it a night. What I like to do with my metal is I put it back in the forge and turn that off, make sure it's off completely. Leave it kindly blocked up a little bit. That way the heat escapes gradually. And we're going to call it a night, but we'll keep y'all posted. And I'm going to see if maybe I can get that hole worked out tomorrow. Like I said, I'll go ahead and start another one just in case he splits. That way we'll have one to go. But y'all have a good evening.